Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's say you arrive home at 7 p.m. Now, is it possible for you to have dinner on the table by 7:30? Yes, if you use my fast cooking system. And the fast cooking system has 4 attributes, and it is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. Now, when you combine advanced prepping and stir frying, you can cook a chicken dish like this in less than 15 minutes. The reason is simple, because advanced prepping allows you to have the chicken already cut up and ready to be used. And so you freeze it in such a way, all you have to do is to take the chicken out of the freezer and you pour it in a bowl of warm water, and it is ready for you to cook in the wok in about 10 minutes. Now, cooking this dish not only simple and straightforward, but at the same time, stir frying provides you a lot of possibilities. And by understanding the basic principle of stir frying, you can make minor modifications and to able to cook chicken differently each time. Now, in this particular way of how to cook this chicken, the template is called shallow frying. Basically, you coat the chicken with cornstarch. But I have made a minor modification in this approach. In addition to coat it with cornstarch, I also add a little bit of sugar. And the sugar and the cornstarch combined together will result in caramelization. And ultimately, by the way how you cook it, you can cause also charring in the chicken. Okay, let's go into the kitchen. I'm going to show you how to cook a chicken like this. A cornstarch is very effective for creating a slighter crispy texture on the surface of the food ingredients. And the nice thing about cornstarch is that you don't have to use very much. So consequently, you do not consume excess calories. Now, by making a minor modification, by adding a touch of sugar, depending on how much you would like to cause the caramelization. If you want more caramelization, you add a bit more. But if you're worried about the calories, then you can add just a slight amount. Now, the effectiveness in cooking this dish is the best in a wok that have a natural surface, because then it will reach a higher temperature. Now, a lot of the people do not like wok with natural surface because they're concerned about food sticking to the bottom of the wok. Now, here is a solution for some individuals. I got this wok to test it out. It is a wok that is known as a hybrid wok. The honeycomb structure of the wok is made from stainless steel, but within the honeycomb, it is actually filled with a non-stick coating. This gives the wok actually the best of the both worlds. It provides the wok with the structure so that it could be used with a metal spatula without damaging the non-stick coating. But at the same time, the non-stick coating will prevent food from sticking to the bottom of the wok. However, more importantly, that the honeycomb structure which created by the stainless steel will give the wok excellent heat conducting property. I have previously reviewed this wok in a different video, and you can take a look at it for more details. I started with 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and I heat up the oil until it just before it starts to smoke. And now I know the oil is hot enough and I can start cooking the dish. I use this method referred to as shallow frying. Basically, I'm going to fry the chicken on one side first before I fry the other side. It is very similar to deep frying, with the exception is that I only use a very small of oil. Now, because the chicken is very thinly sliced, it does not take long to cook at all. In fact, usually it takes about somewhere between 40 to 90 seconds. Again, depending on how much you want to fry the chicken. This will fry one side of the chicken, and then I turn the chicken around to fry the other side. Now, this method is very effective because it allows you to control how much you want to fry the chicken. Now, the cornstarch serves 2 purposes. The first purpose is that it will actually create a crispy texture on the surface of chicken, just like you will bread the chicken with flour. But another also equally important function of the cornstarch is that it allows the cornstarch to protect the chicken from the heat. So consequently, the inside of the chicken is more moist than you would have cooked it otherwise. The chicken has more tenderness to it rather than sometimes it can become stringy when you fry the chicken under high heat without coating them with cornstarch. The question you have is that, do you coat other meat with cornstarch? And the answer is yes and no, depending on the meat that you are cooking. For example, shrimp is excellent by coating with cornstarch, and it has the same function. But when it comes to beef, it actually is much better without the cornstarch. It gives the beef better flavor. The only drawback is that when you coat meat with cornstarch is that they do take a little bit longer to cook. If you want to cook very quickly, then you can do it without cornstarch, and that actually allow you cook the meat faster. By now, the chicken is probably about done. I turn it around, as you can see that the chicken actually are very nicely brown. In fact, a part of the chicken has been charred, and this is due to the caramelization of the sugar in the cornstarch, and they give chicken great flavor. And now I turn the chicken around to fry the other side. In fact, the other side is going to fry much faster because the chicken has already been almost cooked. All I need to do is that to create the desired charring that I would like. As we all recognize, charring gives great flavor to food, particularly when it comes to meat. And this is a method of how to make cooking in a wok similar as you will cook on a grill to create same type of effect on the food. And in just a few minutes, the chicken is done. And now I turn off the heat so that I will not overcook the chicken. I'm going to season the chicken with a combination of oyster sauce and hoisin sauce. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce with 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. The oyster sauce will add umami flavor to the chicken, whereas the hoisin sauce will add a touch of sweetness to create a teriyaki flavor. So as you can see, this method is very effective, particularly if you have done advanced prepping for chicken. I always advance prep my chicken, and I'd store my chicken in 8-ounce package in the format that I have shown you earlier, in a Ziploc sandwich bag, in a flat version. And this way, I can simply put the chicken in a bowl of warm water and thaw them out in about 10 minutes. My friend James loves chicken, and he told me that this method is wonderful because using this approach, he can cook chicken almost any time he wants. As soon as he entered the kitchen, if he decided he wants to have chicken that evening, all he have to do is to take a package of chicken from his freezer and put it in a bowl of warm water. Then he will have chicken in 10 minutes. And he can use the chicken for any purpose that he like. In this case, I cooked some vegetable in advance. Actually, I did that while I was waiting for the chicken to be thawed. And then I cooked the chicken and I laid it on top of the vegetable. And by cooking the 2 components of this dish separately, it gives you much better control of how you would like the chicken to be. And the total cook time of this dish is only about 15 minutes. It took about 7 minutes to cook the vegetables and about 5 minutes to cook the chicken. And then I used the remaining amount of time actually to set up the table. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routines. If you would like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.